This story out of Alabama is messed up. This is 37-year-old Mary Elizabeth Isbell. She was reported missing, and nearly 2 years after her disappearance, her remains were found at the bottom of a cliff on what would have been her 39th birthday. According to prosecutors, they believe that a 45-year-old woman and her 22-year-old daughter showed up to Mary's trailer back in 2021, hit Mary over the head with a gun, and ended up kidnapping her. From there, they took her to this nature preserve in Fort Wayne, Alabama, where Isbell was allegedly shoved off a cliff. It's not entirely clear what led this all to happen, but police say that all three involved in this case are acquaintances linked to some sort of boyfriend. The mother and daughter have since been arrested and are now facing capital murder charges.
Dang, now that's crazy. How can all three of them be dating the same guy? And that mom and daughter is messy as hell. I'm sorry, y'all. That mom and daughter is so messy. Like, they did it just like it was some normal stuff. And 2 years later, 2 years later, they was able to find out what they did and how they did it and the whole plot. I wonder who told, because that was a lot of detail to find out something 2 years later. And you just got to think that we have the science and technology to be able to identify stuff. They had kidnapped her, threw her down the cliff. Y'all was really on some other type of time. And, all this happened over a guy that y'all was dating. And just to hear the mom and the daughter, you know what I'm saying, that's really messed up and disturbing. But then she just had to be messing with the wrong person at the wrong time and just got caught up in whatever craziness y'all had going on. Man, that's crazy. But y'all just be safe out there. And shit, you really can't tell who you dating, because you don't know if they, the dating world is crazy is all I'm gonna say.
This story out of Florida is wild. This is 40-year-old Anna Nezevich from Fort Lauderdale. Back in December, in the middle of a nasty divorce, Anna left her home to spend some time in Spain to get away from everything. But earlier this month, something seemed off with Anna. A few friends received separate texts, one in English, one in Spanish, saying she was running off with someone she had met in Madrid. Friends say Anna would do something like that, and the messages seemed like they had been fed through something like Google Translate. Loved ones soon went to check in on Anna, only to find that someone wearing a helmet had spray painted the security cameras at her apartment building. As of right now, Anna remains missing, and it's believed that her husband is in Serbia, where he's originally from. Anna's brother also apparently told the cops that there's a lot of money on the line in the divorce, and the husband isn't happy about it. The State Department says it's working with authorities in Spain to find Anna.
Yeah, my condolences goes out to her family. I just hope they find closure and peace in that. Just because, domestic violence isn't cool at all, and we don't know her whole story and if what was going on in her relationship, but just to be able to get yourself from a messy situation, and the situation seems to follow you while you're trying to clear your mind, get away. I just feel so bad for the women and men that go through stuff like this. They're just trying to get away, reset themselves, clear their mind, and they can't. Just because of, the hatefulness of another person to see you happy because their life's so miserable. And if this was all money motivated, well, we know what money do when a lot of it is at stake and how some people can get. So my thing is, I just hope that they get the justice that they need and all the information to wrap this up so they can have closure and peace.
The story out of Pennsylvania is insane. This is Sonia McKnight, a 57-year-old district judge in Dauphin County. Earlier this month, police say Sonia's boyfriend broke up with her and repeatedly tried to get her to move out. When he got home from work after trying to end things, Sonia was apparently still there, having used a spare key to get in, and she eventually left to go to a bar after the boyfriend said he was going to get help to get her out of the house. But that's not the end of the story. A few hours later, she allegedly returned to the boyfriend's house and shot him in the head while he was asleep. When the boyfriend suddenly woke up in extreme pain, unable to see, Sonia allegedly said, What did you do to yourself? It turns out the boyfriend survived being shot in the head, though he's now blind in one eye. Sonia was suspended as a judge back in November over a case involving her son, and an investigation into her conduct as a judge was ongoing. She's since been arrested and now faces charges of attempted murder and aggravated assault.
God diggity dang, and thank God that man that made it through. Now I know he's feeling it just because he's blind in one eye. And domestic violence, domestic abuse is not only when the man do it towards a woman, but as we just saw in this situation, this woman did it to a man. And just as in fact she a judge, is make it more heartbreaking because you know the law. Being able to serve and being a servant of the court and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? You know how good that gotta feel just to be able to, you know what I'm saying, do that? Whereas in people who are felons can't do that. Cause I'll be looking to go to jury duty, but you know, unfortunately I'm in a situation where it get difficult to sit and I get very fidgety and moving and stuff, but it ain't my fault. It's because of a situation I'm in. Well, a situation that happened that left me like this basically for the rest of my life. But we on her stupid ass, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's a good thing he didn't die, because that would have been, oh man, all the folks that love him, man, that would have been heartbreaking.